I saw this thing on Facebook the other day. Like, someone shared this article, and it was from the Elephant Journal. And it was this article that was all about, like, spiritual gaslighting. And I thought this was super interesting and was definitely thought-provoking for me. And it ultimately made me reflect on the question, what does raise your vibration ultimately mean to me? Because I use that hashtag on like fucking everything. Like everything I post, I'm always like hashtag raise your vibration, and I'm all about it. I'm into it, but it definitely made me question, what does that really mean to me, and what I want to convey for someone who is seeing that. So this article was about spiritual gaslighting, and I think this is really cool, and that more people should talk about it. And it was kind of saying, like, I'm gonna like super paraphrase the gist of this. It was like how a lot of people in the spiritual community, you know, are all about love and light, or namaste, or just raise your vibration. And it's kind of all about like, oh, you have the choice to choose how you feel, so just choose not to feel like shit and just choose to like feel better, and you know, love and light. Yeah. And you know, for like a while I was on that bandwagon, and I'm not dogging like any of that shit, because I was there too. And do I believe that we can choose our own thoughts and feelings and have the choice over like what we're fucking doing and shit? Like, yeah, absolutely. Like, that's super good to know that you can fucking do. I believe in that completely. But you can't get there from here. You can't be all about like good vibes only and just think positively and just we're all about positivity over here. Like, no. It's kind of like this fucking band-aid, or this band-aid over your fucking problems and feeling like shit. And it kind of feels like some sort of cop-out or something. Like, to avoid feeling like feelings of trauma or just really negative shit. Like, just feeling really fucking bad. I think for a while I was like that too. Where it was like, I unknowingly, I think what's maybe like using that to avoid deeply dealing with a lot of my shit. And I'm over like that whole thing. I'm like, oh, I'm over it. In the article, like, this chick mentioned, you know, that maybe like Abraham Hicks would say something like, just raise your vibration and just choose not to struggle and feel the negative emotion. And it's like, you know, I thought about that, and I love Abraham, and I can see where Abraham would say something like that, but at the same time I feel like there probably was like at least 5 minutes worth of context that came before that statement, that statement would make sense in, you know, whatever the conversation, whatever the dialogue or context was, you know, in order for that to make sense. But what I have learned from Abraham is you can't get there from here. You got to go up the emotional scale. You can't just be all like, you know, in your feelings of depression and despair and just be all about positivity and, you know, just be happy and just choose to feel this way. And it's like, guess what? Like, you fucking can't though. You know, like, law of attraction ain't gonna let you anyway. Like, when you think a thought for as little as 17 seconds and you're holding on to that, the law of attraction is going to bring you the next thought that is of the same nature, right? So you can't get there from there, but you can go up the emotional scale. You know, you're down there in like depression and despair. Well, guess what feels better than that? Anger. Guess what feels better than anger? Blame. Guess what feels better than blame? Frustration and irritation feels better than that, and so on and so forth as you go up the emotional scale. And to me, that's what raising your vibration is all about. No, you can't get to high vibes and positivity when you're down here in fucking shit. To me, raising your vibration is all about knowing that while you're down here in this trauma-like fucking bullshit, like, it's a reminder to me that all of this is temporary. This is fucking temporary. And I know that the second I let go of, even for an instant, let go of the shit that I'm holding on to, the thoughts that and feelings that I'm in right now, as soon as I can let go of that, my vibration will naturally rise, and then I will have access to the best feeling thought from there. So if you're depressed as fuck and then you get a thought that makes you kind of angry, your vibration just raised, you know? And it's really interesting because society doesn't understand that, in my opinion. I don't think society gets that. That it's okay to be like angry and shit. They want you to not be angry. You know, maybe your friends liked you better when you were more depressed because then you were easier to handle. But that's what raising your vibration is, to me. That's what that's all about. I don't think it's like this fucking band-aid of just something to say to slap over your fucking feelings and not, you know, make them valid. It's knowing that it's okay and it's good to feel all those feelings and process it and work through your shit and figure out why you feel this way and what is this trying to show you? What's this trying to teach you? What are you learning from this? You know, some pretty big fucking contrast. And in that contrast, you're launching rockets of desire that are shot out into the fucking universe and the vortex. If you know Abraham, you know what I'm fucking saying. And you're learning from that contrast. And what we see and feel and view of anything that we don't like, we instantly know what we do like. We know how we want to be feeling. So I think it's about striving to raise your vibration. It's, yeah, I feel like fucking shit and I'm processing it and I'm dealing with it and I'm figuring it all out, and I know that it's okay to feel this way. Like, it's so fucking okay. And I know that I ultimately want to feel fucking fantastic, but I know I can't get there from here. That I know I will go up the emotional scale and feel everything in between. That's what that's all about to me. And I think more people would probably benefit from understanding that. Like, I used to be all up on that love and light, namaste shit. Now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, namaste away from you, bitch. I don't know. Process your shit. Feel like shit. It's okay. Whenever you're reading shit online that's just like, oh, just good vibes and think positively, like, do that later, okay? After you're done feeling everything in between. Because that's how you get there. You go up the emotional ladder, the emotional scale. That's what that's all about to me. It's okay.